you can see, everyone can see me, even our online guests. Hi, guests. So, I would like to open our meeting today, and I need to say a few words before we start. What I want to say, today I see a lot of newcomers, and it's nice. And I want to share something with you, what it is Toastbusters and why we're here. Toastbusters, it's a part of a huge community named Toastmasters International. And this is non-financial organization, and all of us who do this meeting every 2 weeks, all of us are volunteers, and we are here to make you happy. What is it? Toastmasters, it's more than 17,000 of clubs all over the world. So you can come in different country, and you can come to the club, choose club what you want, and be happy there. London, New York, and others. All meetings in Toastmasters Club have structure. In first part, we have prepared speeches, because we're here to improve our public speaking skills and our leadership, and for someone English skills also. And at second part, after first part, we have break, small break. We can chat, we can eat, we can drink a lot, water, I mean. And then we have the second part of our meeting, where you can train your improvised speech, and I believe you will try, because everyone can try it. And at the end, we will get some feedback from our experts, and it's the most important part of our meeting, because we're here to improve our skills, and feedbacks, it's always help us to improve our skills. So, what I want to say else, I started from, we're here, all of us are volunteers, and I want to ask you a round of applause for our committee. This is new committee in this year. We have few people who do all these meetings are possible. This is our President of Education, our Ilya. If you want to have a role for next meetings or schedule your speech, ask Ilya, and she will help you. And the second person is important too for our club. It's our Vice President of Membership. It is called Ruslan. It's online. If you want to be a member of our club, ask him. I have his contact, and if you want to ask me, you also can come to me. We will share it with him. And the next one is our Vice President of PR. This is Mike Babylkin. He is not here, but he is everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, our everything. So, and the last one, and for me is most important, it's our secretary. And at the same time, she's our ex-president, previous president, Anna. And also she is the director of our area, so she's an important woman. And let's begin our meeting, our 2061st. Yes? 36, sorry. 200. And before our meeting will start, I ask to the stage, invite to the stage our, I think he is one of the most important person in all our conferences, our meetings, and he is also area director of area D? have to. So please come to the stage and say a few words about our technical issue.
Thank you. Hi to all. So, my little speech will be useful for participants in this room, first of all, not participants in Zoom. Now, today, we are testing our digital microphone in this space, first time. So, I want to draw your attention to one aspect of the speaker in front of such microphone. If you're sitting at the desktop or your notebook at home and speak to the microphone in your back camera, the effective distance is about 0.5 meter. Like this. If you use such microphone, the effective distance goes to 1.5 meters. So, please be careful and mind the gap. If you remember London Underground, mind the gap. So, you have to keep yourself not more than 1.5 meters to the microphone. So, please speak louder, because of last row will listen you better, and our Zoom participants will hear you better. Mind the gap, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's begin our meeting and go to the most important part. I want to ask to the stage our Georgia's Toastmaster of the evening. This is Ruslan.
Thank you, Alina, for the presentation. Dear members, dear guests, welcome to today's club meeting. And probably all of you heard the news recently that Richard Branson and then Jeff Bezos traveled to the outer space. Yeah, right? So that makes us proud of the 21st century and of humanity. So let's imagine that our meeting today is a spaceship. We have a nice crew here, and I would like to introduce the following very important roles for today's spaceship travel. Lyudmila Diba would be the thought of the day. So, not yet, yes. Thank you, Lyudmila, for being brave and ready. So, thought of the day, Lyudmila Diba would be providing us with inspiration. Ad astra per aster, I would say in Latin, yeah. So that would be Lyudmila's role. Our timer, Polina Chelnokova. Polina is here, yes. Give her a round of applause. So in our spaceship team, Polina would be the command center and would be counting down the precious seconds before we start to a new star. Ilya Baksalyar, our counter. Here is Ilya. Yes. So Ilya will be shooting with a laser all the asteroids and black holes that we encounter. So those asteroids and black holes would be the filler worlds, bad filler worlds. Yeah. Online, our grammarian and word master. He's our spaceship technician, and he will be responsible for all the mechanics and all the electronics working properly in our spaceship. So he will be fixing all the grammarian mistakes and provide us with new technical information on words that we use. And the last one, but not the least one, Olga Gvozdeva, our quiz master. Where is Olga?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet, but she'll arrive soon. So the Quizmaster Olga will provide us with new maps to travel to other universes, if there are any. Okay, anyways, and the theme of our meeting today is how to be happy and not worry about over trifles. So look back at your day today. What time did you wake up? Do you remember? Most should be remember. 8 o'clock, right? So any worries came to your head since 8 o'clock this morning? Worries. Any worries, any problems, anything you thought it would be very, very important in your life, or some special meeting with your customer, or maybe with your boss, or with your beloved one. So I'll tell you some ways how to deal with those worries, how to get rid of them. And one of the ways I use is that I imagine that this problem is an atom of the whole universe. So, and when you come as Jeff Bezos or Richard Branson to the space and you see the problem from above, so you understand that your life doesn't include such little problems, and you just skip it, not maybe in this day or maybe in a week, but for sure some time passes and the time heals, so there will be no worries. And going further to our speeches today, I would like to introduce Samira Dostdar with her Icebreaker project, level 1 in the path presentation mastery. And the title of the speech is Reflecting on the Source of My Motivation. Samira Dostdar, Reflecting on the Source of My Motivation. Welcome to the stage. Reflecting on the source of my motivation, Samira Dostdar. Stage is yours.
Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, I would like to talk about the sources of my motivation. We all know that people have never paid attention to their thoughts, feelings, emotions as much as they do now. And I'm not an exception. Lately, I have started analyzing what lies behind my motivation. Let me start from the definition. Motivation is a driving force that helps us to pursue a goal. Exploring the roots of motivation is important, since it gives us valuable insights into human nature and can change our way of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Since my childhood, I have always been a curious person, striving to investigate the unknown. Passion for learning helped me to successfully take part in very competitive Olympiads in chemistry and biology, and even win at some of them. Later, this interest defined my major. I chose pharmacy since it is a very diverse specialization, closely related to scientific innovation, and at the same time providing a chance to improve healthcare and impact people's lives. Having entered a university, I decided to not limit myself to prescribed curriculum and set myself for gaining more insights in molecular oncology and biochemistry. This experience pushed the limits of my knowledge, and I have become a co-author of 5 articles published in the international scientific journals. I was also fortunate to visit Sweden and China as part of my internships. 1 year ago, I graduated with distinction, and now I'm working as a medical analyst for a biomedical software company that helps physicians to choose the most effective personalized treatment for patients diagnosed with cancer. Not only curiosity and a craving for learning underlie my motivation. I have also discovered that I was strongly affected by other people. This is not a surprising fact. We're all social creatures, driven by the desire to earn the respect of our fellows. But the more accomplishments I had, the more difficult it was to retain the image of a successful person. I have always thought that if I stopped learning or growing, I would be condemned by people who surround me. Approval is beneficial, but when it becomes your addiction, you risk to harm your mental well-being. Another source of my motivation is anger. I guess almost all of you have ever been doubted in your life, and you wanted to prove that those people were wrong. People who are not certain about our capabilities can provoke anger inside us, a very strong feeling that pushes us towards our goals. When my group mate and I started writing articles, some people didn't believe that we would manage to publish them and even laughed at us. Not only my interest to the subject, but also anger fueled my motivation to demonstrate that it is possible. When I had to pass international English language test, I decided to study with a private teacher because I have only 1 month for preparation. I planned to get 7.5 given the fact that 1 month ago I got 6.5. I found a teacher, but she refused to give lessons. She said in a very categorical manner, I consider this task impossible. Finally, I got the desired score only after 3 weeks of preparation with another teacher. I was extremely happy. I thought that all my efforts paid off. But at the same time, I wanted to tell the teacher that after all, it was possible. Going back into the past, I realized how wrong was my attitude towards those situations. It is better to motivate yourself not for the sake of one's approval or desire to demonstrate what you are capable of doing, but for the sake of yourself, your interests, and your aspirations. Thank you.
Thank you, Samira. I was really impressed by your speech, and I am surprised how goal-oriented and persistent you are. And the speech itself, I think Denis will evaluate it later, but your personal evaluator, Denis Dementyev, but I believe this is not an icebreaker, but some really interesting project speech. Thank you very much. So, coming back to our spaceship, we were traveling with the speed of light, and that is why we skipped the introduction of the roles that I have already introduced to you. So, thought of the day, Ludmila Diba, please come to the stage and tell us what your task today is.
Dear friends, I want to share with you my experience how to be happy and not to pay attention at trifles. In difficult moments, I remember the quote, "The scale of your personality is determined by the magnitude of the problem which is able to piss you off." How to ignore trifles, how to be happy and enjoy every day. Of course, every person has bad days and good days. It is important to have bases like inner support. This support includes your priorities, your principles, your thoughts, your values, especially values. It is important to have goals, to set up goals, dreams. Goals are like a lighthouse. like leading light. Despite the waves, the ship goes to the lighthouse. Trifles will not distract you from the goals. If you have support of your friends, your right environment. When something happens, I ask myself how much the problem can piss me off. There are two difficult moments that we cannot change: illness and death. Everything can be solved. One Tibetan monk said, if you are worried about something, imagine that you will die tomorrow. Is this problem still relevant to you? We live in transformational world in zone of turbulence. So we have to accept this and find at any negative situation, find something good, pluses. If I feel frustrated, sad, or getting depressed, first of all, I have to decrease my emotional level. So I go to gym, I go to do any sport or physical activity. After this, my mind is clean and transparent, and emotional level is low, so I can take any decision. If you want to meditate, it can't help because your mind full of any thoughts. So I advise to do any physical activity. After this, you can go to people, your friends, who will inspire you, who will support you, and enjoy this atmosphere and to find any solution, or let this situation or problem let it up. So change the focus of the problem. I wish everyone mental health and life and work balance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ludmila. Indeed, physical activities help a lot. Me, myself, when I'm in stress, I go outside to run in the park, or to ride a bicycle, or to punch, not people, but boxing bag. Thank you. So now it's time for our timer, Polina Chelnokova, to introduce herself and tell us what her responsibilities are today. Polina, please come to the stage.
Hello everybody, my name is Polina. I'm very glad to see you all today, especially glad to welcome new members of the club. Today I'm introducing myself as a timer, and now I will tell you everything about my role and about my possibilities and responsibilities for today. As you know, one of the most important skills to study here is expressing your thoughts within a special time. I will monitor time for each segment of your speech and for each person, and I will show you these signals. Every speaker has time limits for yellow, green, and red cards. And I will show you an appropriate signal, so I will show you green, yellow, or red card. That means that you have to end your speech. So, and after this meeting, I will announce the name of the person and time of the person only for those people who didn't fit into time limits. So thank you for your attention and good luck for today.
Thank you, Polina. Yes, time is very important, especially when you travel to the stars or when you live your life without any worries. Now it's time for Ilya Baksalyar, our accountant, to introduce himself and tell us what he is going to do today for our spaceship. Ilya, the stage is yours.
Hello, dear friends. I'm here for the first time. My name is Ilya, and I'm going to be a counter. So the main purpose, as I understood, a counter is just to note some very interesting words. They call it crutch words and filler words. So crutch words, they are like well, so, like, but, and filler words, they are So I have already started point, and I'm very impressed by Ruslan, by you. Very good skill of closing mouth at good moment when you don't know what to say, and this is very main interesting skill. And let me say it for me. Okay, and I think that I will make presentation at the end, a small summary. I'm not going, I'm just call the winner, who will, on my opinion, on my personal opinion, who will make very clear effort not to say these words. Thank you very much. I really enjoy to be with you. I really like this moment.
Thank you, Ilya, and we are enjoying your company on our spaceship. And thank you very much for being brave and taking your role today. Thank you. And now it's time for our grammarian and word master, called William, to tell us what he's going to do today and how he distracts himself from worries. Colin, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Ruslan. I'm very happy to be with you tonight. My biggest aid to keep me from stress is Qigong or Qigong. I love my Qigong. I started it quite recently. I was in Abkhazia the end of last October, where I had a week-long retreat with a master of Qigong or Qigong, and I love it. Regarding my role tonight, the role of grammarian, I find it a very challenging role. Although English is my first language, I am from Ireland, so I have to thank the English people for giving us the wonderful language. So I have three main roles. My first role, my job will be to try to find exquisite or beautiful uses of the English language. My second role will be possibly to try to give you some hints, some tips on how you can improve if I find any weaknesses in the phrases that you use. And also I would like to announce a word of today, a word of the day. The word of the day I would like to announce is disparity. The word disparity, which means having a difference, imbalance, or discrepancy. For example, in today's modern world, there is a huge income disparity between the rich and the poor. Or there is a huge disparity in temperatures between the Arctic Circle, the North Pole, and the steaming hot Sahara Desert. So see if you can put the word disparity into any of your speeches tonight. I will catch up with you later. Don't worry, be happy, give it your best shot. Thank you.
Train. Breathe, how you breathe, the way you breathe, and also. So, Sigun, I also. And we'll try it one day. This is the day, right?
Sorry, Ruslan, I couldn't hear you very well. You're breaking up a lot. I couldn't hear you.
Last row in our station.
Don't touch it. Don't touch.
Okay, my name is Olga. I'm a quiz master today. I took this role a second time in a row. I hope that probably no one will notice that I'm buying some candies instead of daring to have some smart beer. Ask you some questions. Questions after our meeting.
Since we travel sometimes too fast, Samira already delivered her speech, and now it's our second speech by George Perelman. And the speech title is How to Decide to Go to Dagestan and to Get. Actually, I re-asked George about the title of the speech because I thought that something is missing here. So there is an intrigue. How to Decide to Go to Dagestan and to Get by George Perelman. The stage is yours.
Hello. What you think, what you feel when you hear Dagestan? Are you right?
Mountains.
Traditions. Phase 2 is in.
Sheep.
Friendship.
Really?
Scary man.
Right. When we hear Dagestan, mostly, my friends, for example, we feel scared, right?
Then
Why? No?
because I'm from the region that it's close to those islands.
You know, but mostly we live in the central part of our country, you feel scared. It's black people there with birds, with they do something bad and so on and so on. Right?
Like terrorists.
Right. You feel completely scared. What do we feel when we saw face of woman like that? Right? Like that. What do you feel about that?
She's Muslim. She's Muslim.
That's true. We know it. What do you feel?
She's just different.
Something that I don't know.
Something scared again, because we saw on TV that they are like again terrorists. It's inside us, right? We know that that person, she's woman, she's okay, she wear this because of Muslim, but we feel different. What do we feel when we see policemen with the automatic gun on the roads, for example? We don't see it here. Thank God, we don't see it. But there, we saw it. What do we feel when we see policemen with automatic gun?
We are protected.
In one hand, yes, and on the other hand,
Not safe.
huh?
Not safe.
Not safe. Yeah, because if it is safe, they will never have it, right? I asked my wife, and I told her that could we go to Dagestan for our vacation for 2 weeks? What I received back?
Of course.
Stupid and so on and so on. What you listen from your wife usually, right? So luckily we had some friends who went to Dagestan and they told us that it is safe and it's not so hard there as we saw on TV and so on and so on. And we decided to go there. When our grandmother of our kids heard about it, she told to our kids that don't leave your mother and father because they will steal you. Yeah? What my kids feel about that after my grandmother told them? oh, not my wife, mother told them. They felt here also, right? So in that mood, we went there. What we saw there, what do you think?
Very kind people, good behavior.
Completely different. Completely. We felt so uncomfortable ourselves because we didn't predict that they are so happy to have us there, that they are so happy to give us everything, all hospitality that we need, really. So first of all, as for women, for example, we saw. I thought not so comfortable also, but I realized that that's really good at our vacation because I haven't seen or saw to them because they are all in black and that's it. And my wife was happy because I don't look at different women, right? So that's really advantage of this country. So they are not, they are good, they are normal, you can talk with them, but you feel free from that because, you know, in our beach or in our Black Sea, right, there are all women, very nice, with nice wear, you know. Then, as for people, when we placed our tent on the seashore, some of them came to us suddenly and they asked where are we from and what we are going to do here, and they asked how they can help, what to suggest us and what we need. And when first people came to us, or second or third, we didn't think that that is true. It was like unbelievable. It was like magic. And after 10 person came to us and asked the same, we realized that that's normal. They are really want to give us right hospitality. And even policeman, when he stopped me because I made mistake, he asked me, and I told him, right, I did mistake, and he told, okay, I will not give fine to you because you are our guest, right? And what you need, what help do you need? Really, policeman at the road. And he told that previous person who because we did mistake with one another driver, he told that you could give fine to me, but not to this guest because he's guest. Don't give fine to him. That's unbelievable. So our thoughts usually based on thoughts, not on real truth, real situations. So think by your own, do your own decisions, go to Dagestan and feel their hospitality. Thank you.
Thank you, John. It was a very nice speech. Thank you very much. And one of the ways to not to worry is listening to music. And sometimes, me myself, I put on some Caucasian music and imagine high mountains, mountain rivers, some eagles floating by in the sky. Yes, Dagestan is a surely place to go, place to visit. Just little comment from my side. We spoke about different people, about different appearance, and speaking about religion is not allowed in the Toastmasters, not to entail polemics on the topic. So let's say that some people in our country, they are just different. We are not judging by appearance, by their religion, or on any other grounds. Thank you, George. So, our third presenter today is Alina Loginova, and Alina Loginova speech's title is A Long Time Ago. A long time ago, Alina Loginova, please come to the stage.
Changed my surname, but I don't know how. It's again with me. Okay, it doesn't matter, because today I want to share with you a true story about my childhood, or maybe some of your childhood, because all of us, we were born in USSR, most of us, and we lived in the same time, in the same life. So what was happened with me? It was interesting time, especially summertime, but not only the summertime. Let's go with me to the past and imagine how it was. It was, there were 3 buildings in one yard. 2 floors, 5 floors, or 4 floors, I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. And our place was a lot of buildings, but I was a child, I remember just 3. And we were there, all kids, we played together, we spent a lot of time together, we laughed a lot, so it was fun childhood. And as you can imagine as me, how it was, for example, warm summer evening. What did we do there? For example, we kids, we knew each other from different places, from different buildings. We spent their time, we played cards, what else? We played different games. We didn't have internet, and we didn't have social media. We didn't have any series that we can watch now. So we didn't have anything. We were chatting, we were laughing. So it was real life. What else? There was a place with our grannies. Grannies discussed usually very important things, like the longest shot of my sister, for example, or something like this. And what else? My uncle usually tries to recover his bike, and all my childhood, I believe he had tried to recover his bike, and it never stopped. And one day, with our 3 buildings, there are small restaurant, and they tried to improve their back wall, and back wall was behind our 3 buildings. And this is wall, one day they colored it in white color. And what was next? One day we saw few words on this white wall. It was something like Katya Dura. And after that, we understood that a lot of emotions about these few words, and this granny started to discuss who is Katya, why she is Dura, and something about it. Our kids were laughing about all Katyas, what we have in that group, in our team, and others. And one day, so day by day, we saw different words, the same context but different words. And one day, our cleaner, he cleaned all our yard, and he just understood that one of our neighbors don't put the trash in correct place. So what was his idea? He wrote on this white wall that if one day he would see again this problem with trash, Santa, Russian Santa, will never come to our friends, to our kids. And what was next? All of kids were scared, and they started to watch for everyone who was the person who made the problem. And from that day, all our yard was clean. It was first social media in our childhood. And I think all of you have the same, maybe, social media in your life. And when I try to remember these days, I think it was like in a different life. It was a long time ago. It was in last century, previous century, really a long time ago. But yes, I miss a bit about this time, but I'm sure that it's great that we are changing, places are changing and everything. And we can be happy even here with our social media. It's our life, entertainment, work, or someone else. For someone else, it's different things. So thanks God, we are changing every day. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Alina. Yes, you took us over back to USSR, I believe. And probably, yes, those white walls were the only social media sites that we had by the time. On the other hand, the technological progress that we have now provides us with so many opportunities, and the disparity between different worlds, like developed countries and those who are only starting development, is getting less and less every year. So globalization will conquer the whole planet, I believe, and that would serve only for good for humanity. So that's good that we have internet, Instagram, Facebook, VK now, I believe. Okay, so it seems that it is time right now to have a break, to collect your contributions for those who has the contribution, and for those who don't, they can make a bank transfer, right?
Yeah, it's on the agenda.
Okay, it's on the agenda. Yes, we have on the agenda Sberbank, Alfa-Bank, and Tinkoff Bank. So those funds will help us to fuel our rockets. Thank you very much. Let's break.
Igor, how's Kazakhstan? You're muted there.
1 second. In Kazakhstan,
Yes.
it's hot in Kazakhstan now.
Yeah, is it over 30?
About 30, yeah.
Pretty good. So, are you a member of Toastmasters, or are you join the different clubs for fun?
I just joined the club now, but I'm going to join in the future, in the nearest future.
Okay. You in Kazakhstan?
No, here, Toastbusters, Area B. I want to join
Toastbusters.
Toastbusters, yeah.
Excellent. When do you want to join?
I think he's waiting for some age, yeah? Am I right? Well,
Probably.
yeah. How old are you? Sorry for this question, but
Okay. I'm 29 years old.
oh no, so I mixed you up with someone else. I remember there was a young guy and he wanted to join, but he was too young because you can join after.
Allah was paying you a compliment, Igor. You look very young, very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Although you probably had me confused for the young guy.
Excellent.
Igor, and where are you from? Are you from Moscow? No, from Kazakhstan?
I'm from Kazakhstan, Petropavlovsk, near Omsk, but my elder brother lives in Moscow now, and I want to join the club as soon as possible.
Super. Will you be visiting Moscow or will you be online?
Visiting Moscow.
Are you visiting Moscow? Yes.
When our border will be open.
Oh.
Between our country.
Okay. So you want to live in Russia? Yes. Moscow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Colin, do you like Moscow? Colin.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I like the weather now. Yes, it's nice and warm. Yes. Yeah, Moscow has everything you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Art, entertainment, sport, weather, climate.
And do you miss Ireland?
Yes, I'm also waiting like Yegor. I'm waiting for borders to open. Yes.
Oh, and when they open, will you go back?
Well, at the moment, Russia is on a blacklist.
Yeah, but when it opens?
Nobody knows. Still a secret.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, keep it your secret.
Whenever the Irish government decides. Yes.
I see. I think Danil is going to tell something.
No, I think he's just practicing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
He's warming up.
Okay. Mike, and where are you from?
North Carolina, eastern coast of the United States.
Wow. Is it near the ocean?
It's on the ocean.
Oh, and can you see the ocean from your window?
I'm about 1 mile from the ocean.
Okay. And how is the weather?
I don't know what the Celsius temperature is, but it's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
That sounds hot.
Oh, that's so difficult to convert in mind.
Yeah. I'm not good at those games. It must be above 30 then.
Micah, why do you visit Russian clubs? Are you interested in Russia?
I took Russian in college years ago, and as I've lost almost all my Russian, but I now like to hopscotch around the world and attending different clubs. And I find it very rewarding because everybody's very open. All the old hostilities appear to be gone among the common people.
Yeah, I think that it never maybe existed. That was only in media, in politics.
If you took away all the leaders and the mass media, I think you'd find that everybody gets along very nicely.
Yes, if it wasn't for politics, the world would be a great place.
Yeah, Colm, can you share your experience? Do you feel any hostility? Like you are as a foreigner in Moscow, near the Red Square. Have you ever felt some kind of, aversion, rejection, aggression?
No, not really. just from you, Olga.
It's just because you mixed up my name once.
Oh, wow. Yes, I do. I remember that. Oh my goodness, yes. You have a good memory, yes? You're holding up against me. I do apologize.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all have, yeah?
Hello, can I ask a question?
Yes,
sure. Join.
Hello. Colm, how do you choose these special words for the day, like disparity? What's the algorithm?
Yes, no particular algorithm. I Google Toastmasters sites.
Yeah, there is a list.
Yeah, they have lots of words, so I took it from there, yeah.
Okay, and you mentioned just once those words, and that's it.
Sorry?
You just mentioned once this word.
Yes.
I don't use it.
Yes.
Maybe it's the first time when I heard this word. How can you recommend to implement in our speech? Because when you mention just once during our meeting, it's not enough. Can you recommend anything?
Yes, practice makes perfect, yes. So there is probably, yes.
But you can substitute with a simpler word. Disparity.
Yes, difference.
Yes.
Yes.
This harmony.
No, the idea of the word of today is to increase your vocabulary.
I think that's a Latin, yeah? That's party.
That's a very good
kind of
disparity.
That's a good question, Alina. I couldn't answer that one.
There is a Russian word paritet, which means equal positions.
French, parité.
Yes, there's a word in English called parity. It means equal.
Yeah.
So disparity is not equal.
Yeah, there is a word para in Russian. That's match, or pair.
Okay, you're a linguist. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I like to play with words.
Are you joining us from Moscow, Ina?
I'm in Moscow region right now, close to Moscow.
Very good. How are you enjoying your Toastmasters experience?
I've heard a lot from my friend. She's participating in a French club, Toastmaster, and I've heard a lot from her, how warm the company is. And finally, I joined this English club. Yes, I really enjoy. I want to be there.
Super.
See those people one day.
Maybe next time you can come and you can have a small role.
Yes, I'm listening to it right now, so I can.
Okay.
Colm is recruiting.
That's my job. That's my job. Somebody has to.
Always on duty.
Yes, working. Okay, great to see you. Thank you for coming, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay, dear crew members, please get back to your seats. We are passing Andromeda right now. Okay, now it's time for one of the most interesting and entertaining parts of every Toastmasters meeting is the table topic session. So table topic session is another good way to get rid of your worries, to concentrate on your topic and to deliver a speech, a short impromptu speech. So please welcome Olga Stroganova to the stage as a table topic master. Olga? Sorry.
Just for future record.
Okay, the space is yours.
Thank you. Right, you guys, so are you ready to improvise? Not so enthusiastic. Okay, are you ready to be happy?
Yes.
A little bit more enthusiastic. Are you ready to worry about something?
No.
No, I'm sorry, but you'll have to. Because you know what? As human beings, we tend to overthink, overanalyze stuff, worry about trifles, just as the topic of today's meeting suggests. And, well, it's kind of like we cannot help it, right? Sometimes it can lead to anxiety or OCD, God forbid. For those of you who don't know, OCD stands for obsessive compulsive disorder. But you know what they say is helpful? To put things in perspective. So, say in 5 years' time, will you still be losing sleep over this tiny little thing? Well, I don't think so. But still, we do it. On the other hand, psychologists say that we have to embrace all kinds of emotions, both positive and negative. So that's what I suggest for you to do in today's improvisations. All right, so I have my props with me, and to create some additional, disparity, we will have two levels for this improvised session. So the first level is, okay, I probably better start with the props. So here, in this tiny black bag, I have pieces of paper with two letters. It's either H or A. H stands for happiness. A, yes, anger. Well, could be, but actually anxiety or worries, yeah? So happiness or anxiety. Then we have cards here. Each of the cards has an adjective on it. So what you need to do, if you draw an H, say, so level 1, you need to just tell us about a happy moment in your life or just something that makes you happy, and you need to use the word on the cards, but you need to try to do it kind of inconspicuously, because there's going to be an additional task for the audience to guess which word was on the card. So please don't show it to the audience. And the second level of improvisation for much more experienced speakers, impromptu speakers, is to if you draw anxiety, for instance, you need to describe a situation that probably makes you really anxious, and then add a silver lining to it. So you kind of reverse it, yeah? And the same goes for the happy situation. You say why it makes you happy, and then you also add some additional info on how it could be bad for you. Is everything clear? I know that was a lot.
Yes.
To take in? Yes, perfect. All right, so please don't be shy. We're gonna choose winners afterwards. By the way, on the agenda you can see a QR code for voting after the session is over. Let's get down to it. Are there any volunteers? Okay, George. So first, George, so this one you can say.
H.
H. Okay. Yeah. Now, please choose a card, but don't show it to other people. Yeah. We can't see George.
Okay. And I should show this.
You should use these words in your impression.
So I should give this emotion.
Talk about a happy situation or
using
something
this
that
word.
makes you happy. Yes, but please, yes.
And don't show this. And I don't.
You use it, but people later on they will have to guess.
Okay.
So it's an attitude.
Okay. So you know, I should say about happiness, and there are people who are usually happy, right? They are optimists, they are extraordinary, they are not so as predictable as we think, and that's people do something that we don't predict. They are
Spontaneous.
yeah, spontaneous, extraordinary, and they feel themselves happy, and they make people around them happy
Extroverts.
also. Right. That's
Extroverts.
extroverts. It's close. And that's it. Or not.
Friendly.
When I should finish my speech.
When the timer shows.
No, it's only green.
So we have to give guesses.
Okay, so they feel themselves not so
Positive.
yeah, not so as we predict, as we behave ourselves usually. They are different from us.
Extravagant.
Yeah, and I said this word twice during my speech.
Happy. Open-minded. Friendly.
No.
Optimists.
So they
Unpredictable.
yeah.
Unpredictable.
No.
Emotional.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Right. Thank you.
All right, maybe somebody from online audience, not online, sorry, would like to participate. Any volunteers? Probably. I can see that Ina is smiling. Ina, would you like to participate?
I can, but can you, if you clarify, what should I do? Just explain what I see on this card?
Well, okay, I'm gonna do it for you. Choose, okay, so you have H. H stands for happiness. You need to either talk about some happy situation that happened to you or something that makes you happy, and use the word on the card. I am choosing it for you, and I will ask Yuri to
type. Okay.
Type it in a private message to you right now.
Okay, and I can use this special word as many times as I want?
Yeah, but I think it's better to use it just once, because it's going to be more challenging for the audience.
And my speech should explain this word, right?
Not necessarily, you can just use it.
Okay. Okay.
All right. In a second, okay, I think Yuri has already sent it to you. The stage is yours.
Is it in English? This word. Is it real? Okay. Yes, now it's correct. Yes, okay. Happy. I should explain in a happy way. it's a kind of person who, yes, it's a kind of person. They like, it's a group of person. They love food. They love different types of food, and they also can't stop eating because they don't feel full when they're eating. That's yes, and they're addicted to food. We have alcohol addicted people, and these are food addicted people. And that's how this word is formed: food and addicted. We call them foodaholic. I don't know if I got the task. So I explained this word. What should people do?
Okay, but you already said the word. Actually,
You said that I can mention this word.
it was supposed to be a different word, but that doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say a few words about food, whether it makes you feel happy or
What
not.
was the word, by the way?
It's people who love foodaholic, people who love food. They're addicted, not only love, they are addicted, they can't stop eating.
Wait, the word is what?
Foodaholic. It's the first time I saw this word written.
Okay, thank you very much, Ina. It went a little bit.
Not at all. Glad to be here.
People, Ruslan, you still willing? In order to avoid gender disparity.
What's the disparity?
Well, man, woman.
So I will speak about age, happiness. So you have all the happiness in your bag, right?
No, I have plenty of anxieties.
Okay, so when you feel happy, you feel so satisfied, so full, and when you are not happy, how do you feel inside?
Empty.
Exactly, empty is the word. Good.
Thank you, that was me. All right, one more person. Any volunteers? Okay. You sure?
I know.
Happiness. That's what happened. So please choose a card.
So happiness about with this word.
Not necessarily. You can.
I can
actually
only
just tell a
describe.
story and use it there.
So I think it's more complex task rather than just explain the word.
Yeah,
sure. So I don't know what to follow. So okay, I will describe the word. For example, you are going to the shopping and you are coming back to the home and having the bags in your hands. And with what adjective you can describe? So it's
heavy.
Sorry?
Heavy?
Yes.
You said the task was more complex. So
No, she
just
went for the easy part. But so she went for an easy one.
Yeah.
Right. It was too complex.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Improvisers, that's it for tonight, today's table topic session. Please don't forget to vote for the best participant. The QR code is on the agenda. Over to you, Madam. Mr. Toastmaster.
Okay. Olga, thank you very much. So I think we now discovered the disparity between the participants' understanding of the task. There is what foodaholic over here, so probably that was the case why tried this word. So it's supposed to be like this on the other side. Yuri, we say to you. Okay. So now we got into the space traffic jam probably, so it was a bit harsh way of our meeting today. And now it's time for evaluators of the speeches, right? So Denis Dementyev, person evaluator for Samira Dostdar. Welcome to the stage, please.
General evaluator, please.
Oh, okay. General evaluator of our today's meeting is
Anna Gonzales.
Anna Gonzales. Please come to the stage.
Hello.
Hello, Anna.
Hi. Thank you very much. Here's Toastmasters. Thank you for having me. Well, my name is Anna. I think I should look directly to the camera. So I think as a first point from the evaluation is that I should evaluate to the host, and you know what I'm going to say. I think you're going to give Anna Polina a heart attack. So you should be in charge of insurance. So I think overall the meeting is going quite well. I really like the speeches, and actually I really like how entertaining is your presentation. Yes, there are some mistakes, so for that I will recommend to previously go over the agenda, right? Go over the agenda, and if you have any doubts, you can talk with Anna or with Alina, so yes, to clarify little details so there's no mistakes. But overall, I think you had very good saves. I told you before, I really like the way you came back from forgetting about the thought of the day and the count and all these people. It was quite nice the way you came back from that. So overall, quite good. I really like it. It's very entertaining and fun. Before we enter into the specialists, I want to evaluate the people who have already been on stage. I'm talking about the table topic sessions. Quite interesting, but I think it was a bit complicated to understand. So I think the idea behind was quite good. I think what the intention was good. I think what you can do in the future is maybe to try to explain your idea to a friend and see if the friend gets the idea, and see if he can reproduce it back to you. If the person can, that means that it's kind of clear. So I think that was a little mistake, so that was something. Then besides that, it's right. I mean, you can practice. You can come back next time ready for it. And another thing that I would like to say is about the settings. It's about the meeting. I think speakers should be able to move and express themselves. So for that, I've been looking at the camera. It's too close. Maybe we can put the camera a little bit more over there so people can see better. Because if I'm standing here, you see they have more space to move. That way I'm able to express myself better. The microphone, I think, is working quite well. As he said, there's a circle around it. So even if the camera is far, I will be still able to move around and people will still be able to see me. And because it's farther, so it has a bigger kind of radius to see. So for now, we can push the seats a bit back on the back. Right, so now let's move to our first let's move to our personal evaluators. So we have first evaluating Samira Dostdar. I'm sorry for butchering the name. It's very interesting for me to read Russian names. I think it's amazing. We have personal evaluator Denis Dementyev. Come over here, please. All right. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear fellows, good evening. Today my task is to evaluate Samira. This is my first evaluation. So I'm really glad to evaluate Samira today. I really liked her speech. Her speech was very good, really good prepared to my mind. She made a great job preparing this for today evening. And I would say that she was really comfortable on the stage. She didn't use her notes a lot, and her story was very interesting and very inspiring to my mind. What I would say, what I would advise her, Firstly, I would advise her to use more body language, to use more gestures. She has notes in her hands, and it seems that that made her a bad joke with it. So she didn't move, and she didn't have enough gestures, enough body language to moment. But look, even if you have something in your hand, you can use your body language. It's not a problem. Also, I would say that it looks like her eye contact was good, but not the whole meeting, in my mind. And what else? But basically, I really liked. In general, I really liked. And what I like mostly, it was how inspiring her story. So all other things that she needs to work on are mostly technical, and of course she will make it better after getting some practice. So I would say that it's a really nice story, nice, inspiring story. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Denis. Thank you for your first participation in such a role. You did a good job. Thanks. Miss General Evaluator, please come to the stage.
Okay, thank you very much. Denis, I should make a comment about your evaluation right now, I think. So, something I would like to say, I really like your recommendation, it was quite good, on point, about body language, true. Something that is funny is that you have at the same time some stiffness with body language, which is very interesting because you were making a comment on that. So it was quite ironic. The other thing that I would like to say is not just for you, but for everybody. People get the best from themselves, so they can learn more if they learn mostly from like constructive criticism, right? Because if we tell people everything is good, it's always good, you will never learn because you will always think you are doing everything right? So there are ways to give feedbacks, right? We can use the words to give constructive criticism, and I think that was lacking a little bit, Denis, in your presentation. I think her presentation was quite good, but I think there were a lot of points to touch on to help her grow. And I think that was missing, unfortunately, on your report. So I would like to cover some of that presentation. I think body language, of course, as he said, we could also practice before and feel more relaxed, maybe drink some water. I would recommend not to have anything on your hands because that's going to distract you and get you more nervous. As you are holding things, you just get more nervous and then you kind of cover yourself on the thing that you have. I will recommend also not to memorize speeches. Try to go with the flow. Even if you make mistakes, it's okay. Next time, to try to improvise. As long as you know what you want to say, what are the main points, you will be able to come through with it. All right, so now moving on. We are going with the second evaluator of George Perelman. The evaluator is, the topic was how to decide to go to Dagestan and to get what? Is Elizaveta Minkina. All right, Elizaveta, we are listening.
Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to see you all. George, for me, it's huge pleasure to evaluate your speech. And there are several reasons for that. There are a number of areas where you excelled. And first of all, you grabbed the attention of the audience immediately, starting with your whiteboard and the pictures, and you immediately started to ask questions of the audience. And so through the whole speech, we were listening and we were interested what will happen next. Second reason is that you had a beautiful structure and it was based on the disparity principle. In the beginning, in the opening, you explained, our fears that we might have about the Dagestan. And the second part, during the main body, you explained why it was not the case. And at the end, you gave a nice conclusion. So you used the structure very well. And the third reason where you excel, the third area where you excelled, you had very vivid mimics and a lot of good gestures. You felt self-assured, and so you felt very comfortable on the stage. The area that you might want, actually, I didn't find any particular area where you should work on immediately, but as a way to maybe challenge yourself in the future, you might want to work on the depth of your voice, on the, because I through the online, I'm hearing that some speakers have a nice deep voice, and you can hear and very clear what they are saying. And some speakers that use less of their voice, the quality, especially through online, is much worse. So you might want to pay attention at this. And another really tiny technical point you might want to work on is, actually, I haven't seen anyone doing that, looking into the camera. And remember, we are online, we are here, we want to see your eyes also. So the eye contact with the online audience is also important. But, you know, these are tiny to really small areas you might want to work on. But overall, great speech, and I'm looking for more brilliant speeches from you. Thank you, George.
Thank you, Elizaveta. I really like your. It's very hard when I'm looking there. Maybe the camera should be somewhere there. Anyways, a very nice report. I really like it. Good comments, constructive criticism. You were not afraid to make some suggestions. I like the suggestion about working a little bit more on the voice. You know, to have highs and lows so you can catch attention of people. At the beginning, I really liked how you went and draw and start communicating with people. Very nice. Another point that I really like from Elizaveta is how she made a comment on the online contact, because sometimes we do forget that they are there looking at us. So it is important to communicate with everybody. It's part of being a good public speaker. And yes, I really like your presentation. Thank you very much, Elizaveta. So now we're going to move forward to the next evaluator. Wait, let's give an applause for Elizaveta. Okay, so next, a long time ago, from Alina, by Alina, our president, the personal evaluators on the stage, please. Olga Stroganova. Sorry. Oh, sorry, no. Danil Filonov. No, I get confused again. Welcome. All right.
Hi, everyone. Today, Alina's purpose was to deliver a story. And she managed to deliver a very nice story and remind us about happiness of living in a community. Alina, a very nice job. Actually, story has something Dagestanian in it. I mean, it has a structure that looks like this. Like a mountain. First, here, you introduce settings and a character. I would say that you could do it a little bit faster. Because when you tell a story, one of the challenges you have, you need to make everything very, very clear. Your introduction was a little bit longer than I would recommend. Maybe you could say just 2 small buildings, 1 yard, kids playing together, granny supervise them, one guy is constantly fixing a car. The sun is shining, the weather is sweet. Typical USSR childhood. Yes, yes. It's shorter, it's clear, and people are inside your story. Then you introduce us a main character, a wall. I think the wall is an amazing character, and I really liked how things were evolving around this wall. And you used words one day. One day somebody painted a wall. So very nice introduction. And we can say that we had this inciting moment when things are going up. And then the action is rising. Some sort of things were happening with the wall. Somebody wrote Katya and so on. It was really nice how you made it. One more, one small. Room for improvement. You said one day 3 times. And when I hear one day, I understand that we are here. But then one day, what is the main event? I was a little bit perplexed and my attention was decreasing. Maybe you could choose some other words. Right. And maybe you could use a pause before this one day thing when you said it the first time, just to grab more attention. The climax of your story, the pinnacle of this Dagestanian mountain, was when somebody painted a threatening, a cleaner painted a threatening message on the wall. And I a little bit lost you here, because you were telling something and I lost that it's the main event actually. To get my attention, you could also stop a little bit after somebody painted the threat and say, surprisingly, this message was understood by everyone in the yard. And the word like surprisingly, however, or but immediately grabs attention of the audience and a small pause before it. So this is what I would recommend. And then, when the actions were slowing down, you did an amazing job. Also, we recognized what happened, what influence it had on your community, and then you took some real nice words about your community and charity. Overall, great story. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Danil. So that was officially the last evaluator of the speeches, so we're gonna move on. Danil, I really like and enjoy hearing your reports. I must say that from all the meetings I have attended, to not many really, but I have attended in Toastmasters, I think your evaluations are very important and I always learn from them. I really say it truly. They are on point and there are good parts and criticism which is very constructive and you can learn from it. Once he evaluated me and I really liked it actually, I was thinking, what is he gonna say about me? But when he did, so I was very happy with my presentation. But when I heard him, I was like, yeah, that was a good point. Actually, yes, that's something nice. So the way you evaluate, it's very clear, organized, and it goes to the point, which is the main idea. So you should be forever our evaluator, really. No more speeches for you, only evaluations. Yes, for that. Yes, so about that, that's it, right? So I really like this evaluation, everything is fine. Another thing, we're gonna move on into our specialists of the day. So we are gonna call on the stage to the accountant, Ilya Baksalyar. Baksalyar, come over here, please. Okay, thank you.
Dear friends, this this is my first time in this role and here, and I will be very short. I will say the winners, not the person, but especially the sounds. So the winner of the sound is George. You are a winner more than 10 times. Very nice, man. And the second filler sound is and the winner is Polina. So the other speeches were very fluent, and I tried to catch someone, but it was really, really hard. So very good, and for me it's very hard to catch this filler and crutch words. And one more moment, I was really impressed by Ruslan, your conscience about closing the mouth when I'm going to say this filler or crutch words was very great. But when you heard the history from Dagestan, man, 4 filler sounds. What happened to you, man? Didn't you go there? Or what happened? Okay, thank you very much. That's all.
Nice, Ilya. Nice work. Actually, quite nice for a first timer. Really not much to say. Good job. I would just only recommend to lose the sunglasses and the mask when you are getting on the stage. It could be like we're okay. No one has COVID here, I hope. Okay, if you do, let me know. So, okay, very good. So we're moving on to the Grammarian and Wordmaster, which is Colm Willan. Am I saying it right? Is it Colm Willan?
Yes, Willan. Thank you.
Willan. All right, Colm, we're waiting for you.
Thank you, Anna. This will be a very short report from me tonight. I'm not sure whether it's because my English is deficient or the English level skills shown tonight were exemplary. They were brilliant. I was very impressed, particularly by Samira. Some sentences and some words, some phrases I'd like to remind you of. She said, push the limits of my knowledge, can provoke anger. Anger fulfilled my motivation. I loved some of her phrases used. George, there were a couple of little pointers I'd like to mention. You said what you listen from your wife. I would use what you hear from your wife. And also, I make mistake, you said. You should probably say, I made a mistake. So 2 pointers for you, George. And Alina, a couple of things too. Something about it, something about this, I would use instead. And you said thanks God, I would say thank God. Regarding the word of the day, disparity, we do have a winner. It's me. I am the only one who used the word. I said it twice, so congratulations to me. Back to you, Anna. Thank you.
Thank you, Colm, for your nice report. I think I would like to make a couple of comments on that. The first one, I think, is it wasn't very clear what was the word of the day. I personally didn't heard it. I didn't get what you meant. Maybe we have some problems with the audio, with your mic or something, because I don't think anyone got that. So in this case, I think it's the job of the host to let that clear and make sure that we can get it on the chat maybe, so we can, communicate that to the others. So that's why probably nobody mentioned it. I really would like to know, I still don't know, what is the word of the day? Disparity. Disparity, is that? Oh yeah, you see? I wish you could make it clear. But anyways, next time. Yes, that. The other thing is the audio, I already mentioned. I really like your accent. It really brings me back to Ireland. Very nice report, and we're gonna move forward. Thank you very much, Colm. Comes to him. Very good. And we are going to move then to our timer master here. Very well. Wait, I should wait for you. All right.
So thank you very much. It was my first role in this club, and it was my second to this club. Thank you for being so supportive, because I was a little nervous. majority of today's speakers fit it into time limits, which is really great. But talking about prepared speech, George's speech was a minute longer than it should be, and it is okay to another speakers. And talking about our personal evaluators, Danil's speech was a minute longer too than it should be. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Polina. Actually, very nice job for the first time again. Very nice. I saw you were busy with these cards and things. Very nice, you did a good job. Nice report. What's his name? 1 second. George, please, mind your time. Very nice presentation also. All right, guys. So before we move into the quiz master, which is the fun part, or another fun part of the meeting, I would like to first get your attention and try to vote online. For scoring roles for the meeting, you have these little barcodes here, so you can vote for this one, and then we have the votes for the best table topic speaker, so we can do it now, so then we can move on and relax. So, let's do it. We have 1 minute. Timer, please, count a minute. Yes, thank you. Yes, let's vote. I should vote too. Okay, 1 second. All right, let's all vote right now. Okay. No, I took a picture. Okay. Oh, yeah. So we have George with the topic extraordinary, Ina with food alcoholic, Ruslan with empty, and Elena with heavy. So let's choose which one appeal more to us. 5 seconds? Yes, we have 5 seconds. Are we ready? Then we have the other barcode to vote about the meeting.
Now we have to stop.
Guys, let's vote very quickly. Let me finish first, and then we can continue. All right. All right, well, yes, are we done? How are we doing? We need a second? 2 seconds? Okay, I voted. Yes? Yes, okay, guys. Let's move on, please, to the quiz master. Olga Gvozdeva. 1 second. Gvozdeva, please. Thank you.
Hello everyone again. So yes, I have some candies for those of you who was the most attentive listener for today. So we had 3 persons who made speeches, and there were Samira, George, and Alina. And my questions for Samira first, for her speech. So, how many articles Samira published in international journals?
5.
Okay. Yes. Both, I guess. Yes, I have enough candy, so it's fine.
It was very interesting to listen all of you, so I really didn't make a lot of questions. I was listening more. The next question is, which countries Samira visited during her internship?
Sweden and China.
Yeah, that's true. But you all need some candies now. I don't know. It's the most difficult part to, separate this kind of stuff. Why the first teacher refused to help Samira to prepare for her exam?
She said it wasn't possible.
That's true. Yeah, the question was why did the teacher refuse to help her? So my next questions are for George's speech. What grandmother said to George's children before their trip to Dagestan?
Not to leave the fathers alone. Not to leave the fathers alone.
Yes, because there was yeah. Okay. There's some different tastes. So, okay. Why George actually was so surprised during his trip in Dagestan?
Policeman was very helpful.
Great. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The interesting question, why George's wife was happy about the outfit of Dagestan women. Yeah, that's funny, huh? Okay. I mean, yeah. What one citizen of Dagestan said to the policeman in order to greet George as a tourist?
Find me and let him go.
Yeah, that's so cool, huh? Yeah. Okay. So my next question is for Alina's speech. What was Alina's uncle constantly doing in the yard when she was a child?
Repairing my bike.
Yeah, that's so yard. Yeah. Okay. What was the color of that one? The first social media wall. Yeah. Exactly right. And my last question. The winner is like everyone. I don't know. It's like just okay. Yeah, and the last question for Alina's speech. What was the children in the yard scared of? Yeah, that's it. Russian Santa. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. You were so gentle. That's great.
Thank you very much. That was quite fun, actually. I'm quite a competitive person, I think. I really like to play games, basically. All right. It was very nice. It really sparked my competition spirit, so nice. Now we have our president, Alina Chelnokova. Please, over here. You're going to get the prizes. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. I will be there.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you all for tonight's meeting. I want to say a few words before we go home. I have special prize for some of you, and today I want to. Okay, let's begin from our member who completed her first label. This is Anna Gonzales.
I really like to get this stuff. You see? Wait. Sorry. Thank you.
And the second prize goes to our icebreaker for today. Samira, congratulations. It's a great step in your pathway. And the best table topics, we will know it just now. Who do you think? And the ribbon best table topics goes to Ruslan.
My pleasure, thank you.
Thank you all for this meeting. We have a few presents for now because this month, not only this month, maybe before, a little bit, this month, okay, we had few birthdays of our members. So I want to say the best wishes for our first member. Who is it?
Елена.
Yelena. Happy birthday. This is all wishes from us. Wow.
With the red heart.
Yes, the first time.
Елена should stay on stage to make a picture. Yeah. When the second birthday comes.
Okay. So, our second member who had her birthday is Olga. Olga, welcome to the stage. Yes.
Thank you so much. That's so great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really nice. Thank you.
So, there's all what I want to say. Our next meeting will be in 2 weeks, so come to join. And if you want to have special role, well, schedule your speech, please ask our Ilya. She's here. She's ready to arrive to sign you. And what next? And we have Lyubov. Welcome to the stage, please. Lyudmila, welcome to the stage, please.
Конечно. Thank you very much.
Photo with Anna. Our previous president. So, what else? I want to say thank you everyone because we had super meeting today, and thanks Yuri, we have everything issues. Thank you very much. So,
Paul also had a birthday, but we are waiting for him.
Paul, you also had a birthday, but we are waiting for you. Here in our...
To give you the card.
Yes, to give you our card.
Thank
With
you.
wishes.
I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Okay. So, now I can say that our meeting is closed. So, congratulations for all of you and for all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you later. And after party, if you want to continue to chat with us, please, let's go have a party.